Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to Computer Science 226. Welcome to this online environment. We're basically going to be doing exactly the same thing as we did in spring semester, but for the first 3 weeks. Okay, so let's jump to the slides. Okay, so today there'll be just an introductory lecture. I'm not going to load you with any material. We'll start doing that on Thursday. As of today, I just want to kind of go over the syllabus, all the details about the class, how exactly it's going to be structured, and basically tell you everything you need to know. Okay, so normally, again, I guess if we're doing it offline, I would introduce myself. So my name is Konstantin, that's a given name, but I go by Steve Rubin, originally Russian, bachelor's degree in electrical engineering, master's in computer science, doing PhD in also computer science. Went to grad school, Texas Instruments, TI, all that stuff. Okay, normally I would also ask you about yourself, right? I would ask you about your name, year, major, why did you choose FMU, why did you choose this class, and how did you spend, not New Year's, Christmas break, but summer. Okay, now, you probably remember kind of my opinion, my thoughts about college and why we need all of that, right? So I normally ask students, and I reiterate that over and over and over again, why do we need to go to college, right? Why won't you get a job after high school? Normally students would say something like, because we want to get a really well-paid job, or they would say they want to change the world sometimes, they want to, yeah, but anyway, so my answer to that would be to get a well-paid job. Okay, so in my opinion, the only purpose of why we go to school is to get a well-paid job, and that needs to be split into two parts: actually getting a job and fulfilling your responsibilities. Okay, and not sure if you remember when I was talking about that last time, but fulfilling your responsibilities, right, which is doing this, is very, very easy to do because that's actually what we really focus on here. In college, everybody's teaching you how to be good at what you should be doing. In our case, it's coding, right? And how not to get fired. However, nobody's teaching you how to get a job, right? So that's completely your responsibility. In this department, I personally try to give as many tips as I can throughout my classes, throughout all my courses, which is 190, 226, 227, then 318, 350, 41, 330, all this stuff. But normally, again, nobody's really talking about that, which is how to prepare the resume, how to answer specific questions on the job interview. For example, why should we hire you? How much money do you want? Tell me about yourself. Tell me about the time when you, I don't know, showed your leadership skills. All this stuff. Those questions are very difficult to answer, especially if you have not been prepared for it. If you're not conditioned, I would say. Okay, so yeah, just keep in mind that over here in college we focus on this, but you also need to know how to do this. About this class, Computer Science 226, it's basically kind of 190 continued. Okay, so if you didn't take, if you took 190, especially with me, we'll be doing exactly the same thing, right? We'll be just coding, we'll learn more Java, learn Java code, learn about arrays, code, learn about the loops, do that code Java with the loops. Okay, so it's in my opinion, this class provides good foundation to your future career, right? So those of you who become computer scientists, software developers, software engineers, you will be doing just this. You'll be coding exactly as we do it here. It's fast-paced. In my opinion, it will make you work hard. It gives you a solid picture of your future career. Okay, so again, you probably at this point you're taking a lot of classes. Some of them are on speech, like public speaking. I know that some of you taking those courses. What else? Like history, geography. That's all good, right? But when you become software developers, you will not be questioned. You will not be asked any questions about geography. It will be all about coding. Syllabus. Let's talk about the syllabus. Okay, 226 section 1. So technically that should be the time, right? Okay, yeah, so for the first 3 weeks, what we're going to do, again, it will be exactly the same way as we did in the spring. I'll be publishing lectures online on the YouTube channel every Tuesday, Thursday, right? Early in the morning. I'll try to do that as early as possible. And it'll be your job to watch the lecture every Tuesday, Thursday, right? And then another thing, a new thing which I want you to do, I want you to take notes, and I want you to submit the notes to Blackboard from the lecture. Okay, those notes need to be handwritten. That will kind of prove that you attended the lecture, right? That you were there, that you were listening to me, and yeah, so that would mean that basically that you were there. That's kind of a way we'll be doing attendance for the first 3 weeks of the class. Hope it makes sense. Okay, topics covered. Yeah, course details, description, credit hours 3. You need to complete 190, right, to get there, and then you need to get a C grade to progress in this course sequence, to get to 227. You're gonna need the same book, right? So no need to buy a separate book. Multidimensional arrays. We'll be talking about that. Objects and classes, object-oriented programming, thinking, inheritance, polymorphism, exception handling. If all of those terms, if some of those terms ring a bell, that's perfect. If not, that's totally cool. Assignments, which means homeworks, will be 20% of your final grade. Quizzes, 15. First midterm, 20. Second midterm, 20. Final exam, 20. Attendance and note taking, right? So again, you'll be taking notes, handwritten notes, not typing them up, only handwritten, and then taking a photo using a cell phone, or if you have a camera, that'll be perfect. But the cell phone will work as long as you have light, right? So just please do not take a photo in a very dark room. I will not be able to make it out. Okay, professionalism, very, very similar stuff to what we did last time. Refer to me, treat me and other students with respect. Do not keep cell phones on the table. That refers, of course, to offline education. Your email should start with the beginning. Hello, Professor Rubin, just Professor Rubin. They should add with thank you, and then like over here. In terms of being professional, I also provide a few examples. Okay, how to write professional email. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Okay. You need to begin with a greeting. You need to say dear, hello, right, to whom it may concern, dear. You need to thank the recipient. That's not necessary for us, right? State the purpose. I'm writing to inquire. I'm writing in reference to. That's important. Then you basically explain what your email is all about, and then add the closing remarks, right? So you say thank you for cooperation, for your patience, consideration. I look forward to hearing from you. That's also not necessary. Completely up to you, but it's very important to end with the closing. You need to say best regards, sincerely, best wishes. Don't say cheers. Thank you. Okay. So those are very important concepts, very important components of a professional email. Okay, now the policy is I will tolerate only one unprofessional email. I will warn you, but for all other emails, you'll be penalized 1% of the final grade. Smartphone usage is also penalized. No smartphones on the table. If somebody calls you, again, if it happens offline, right? If somebody calls you, then don't pick it up in the classroom. Just leave and then pick it up there. Why is it so strict? Again, it's very important to be professional, and that affects your career. One of the examples I usually provide here is that we sometimes have very smart students who, however, cannot really perform professionally well. And unfortunately, we receive negative feedback about them from people who hire them for internships, right? And there is number one, if they see somebody from FAU who cannot perform well, they'll kind of think that Francis Marion University does not have good enough students. Sometimes that happens, right? So that's number one. And number two, that's a very, very good preparation for your future career. Trust me, I saw a lot of times how people, I remember actually I was hired once because they told me that my communication style was super professional. Yeah, so I would highly recommend, whenever you get a job, I would highly recommend start being very, very professional. And then, for example, if your employer doesn't want you to be that stoic, right, or that strict, then you can just come down, and then you can be more friendly, I guess. Less formal. That's a better word. Okay, moving on. Yeah. Opportunities to earn extra credit. Okay, so if you attend tutoring sessions, right? So which is Monday, Wednesday from 9 to 10:30 a.m., 12 to 5 p.m. Also on Monday from 1 to 5 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday from 2 to 5 p.m. Okay, and no tutoring on Fridays. So here's the link. We're gonna have 2 tutors. Okay, here's the link. All the tutoring will be done over Zoom. Okay, it's definitely going to be done that way for the first 3 weeks. It's likely to be done that way for the rest of the semester, because again, it's all about social distancing. It's very difficult, like like I guess in any room, right? If you ask any question, then you also need to maintain 6 feet distance between you and the tutor. So that's why most likely it's going to be over Zoom. Same thing for the office hours, right? So for the first 3 weeks, and most likely for the rest of the semester, my office hours will be online, right? And I'll highly encourage you to send me an email with a question. If that requires like a phone call, then we'll set up the phone call, right? So you'll have to be done only by appointment. Only by appointment. Okay, so again, tutoring sessions over Zoom, right? Here's the schedule, right? No tutoring on Friday. Yeah, appearing there at least once a week will add 0.2% to your credit, to your score, to your final grade per week, right? By the way, another note. You're probably thinking that in the schedule you didn't see the labs, right? In 190, in Computer Science 190, you used to have a lab, but here you don't have a lab. And you may probably be thinking that, okay, they probably know what they're doing. If there is no lab, that means we do not need any lab. Unfortunately, that is not true. We used to not have the lab for 190, and then we introduced that, and that was like a huge hit. It definitely helped students a lot, right? And when you introduce a new course, because of the bureaucracy, it just takes a huge amount of time. But computer science labs for Computer Science 226 will be super beneficial. Okay, in my opinion, you probably will need even more practice than you used to need in Computer Science 190. Unfortunately, you don't have that, like an official version of it. That's why attending tutoring sessions or practicing somehow on your own or doing something else is extremely important. I would highly recommend doing something extra, not just like watching the lectures and seeing those examples which I'm providing, but also doing them, actually practicing on your own or with the tutors, right? Or like in those PDF, right? In the slides, I'll be providing a lot of examples. If you just copy the code and like make sure you understand that in your own time without I guess outside of the class, they'll be super beneficial. I would highly recommend doing this. What else? If possible, attend networking events, right? Really depends on if it's because of the pandemic, how it's gonna work, right? But if that will be possible, just definitely do that. Send me a polished resume checked by the Career Center advisors or Professor Rao. I will add 1.5% to your grade, and create a professional LinkedIn profile and send me a link. Okay, we'll add 1%. Assignments. Okay, there will be a lot of Java programming assignments throughout the semester, right? Basically the homeworks, right? We'll be using the blackboards. Late assignments will be accepted, right? Will be penalized. Okay. Now in 226, I will not drop the single lowest homework assignment grade. In 190, right? So that was an introductory class. Back then, I would drop the lowest homework, lowest quiz. Not anymore. In 226, where you guys are expected to be much more mature and prepare for the classes, for the homeworks, and for the quizzes much better. That's why I will not be dropping the lowest homework or quiz. Okay, so for the quiz it's the same thing, right? I will not drop the single lowest quiz grade. Exams, there will be 2 midterms, right? 2 midterms, and there will be final exam, comprehensive. Okay, the exams are everything closed exams so far, right? If we do them offline, there will be everything closed. If we move them to online, if they happen to, for some reason, I don't know, to close the university or just go online, then We'll do them, most likely be everything open. But the questions will be different though. What else? Academic integrity. No group homework assignments, quizzes, and exams. Need to be your own original work. FMU has zero tolerance policy on that matter. All FMU rules regarding cheating are described here, right? So every now and then, by the way, I catch people who are cheating, and I have to fail them, and I sometimes have to report them. Sometimes. Really depends on the circumstances. Okay, moving on. Being professional, yes. So here's the link. Here's the link on signing up for tutoring via Zoom. Okay, that's not for you. Perfect. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this class, Computer Science 226. We'll start on Thursday. We'll begin basically where we left last time, right? Which was multidimensional arrays. We'll start talking about them. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any concerns or comments. I would like to consider them. Again, sorry that it has to be online. I'm sure that you wish it was offline. Same here, same as me. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.